Hello everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher. It is Sunday, and it is a little bit late in the day. And I do apologize for that. It's not the move. The move is going to be happening in early October. We did find a place, so yay for that. So it'll be in early October, but it may be a slow enough move that it may not be too worrisome. So there may not be an interruption, but I'll let you know if I have it when we get closer to. I do ask, and I won't go into details here. To kind of keep my family in your thoughts, my dad is not doing too well. He's hopefully going to an inpatient rehab tomorrow. If he's still doing, if he continues like he has, he'll get to go, and that would be a big thing. But subsequently, it's been kind of a dicey weekend, so that's why I'm late getting to you today. I also had a shockingly busy week, so I didn't get as much stitching as I don't feel like I got as much stitching done as I wanted to, and yet we may be surprised. So we'll dive on in with the Q&A. There's no haul this week. There will be next week, but there is no haul this week. So, moving right into the Q&A. The first question comes from Tammy Sangster, and she asks, do your dogs shed? And if so, how do you get the dog hair out of your projects, or do you just leave it as an extra embellishment? They do shed. I don't tend to have too much trouble with it getting in my projects, but if it does, I generally will... It'll either get sewn in or pulled out. If it gets covered over, great. If I need to pull it, great. I'm not probably as picky as I should be. I figure it's just, a good old part of my world. Let's see. Mandy Gershmill asks, what kind of coffee do you drink? Do you like light, medium, or dark roasts? And do you prefer coffees from Africa, Asia, or the Americas? I prefer medium to dark roasts. Generally African. Asian coffees, I don't like the Latin American coffees. They're too acidic for me. Some of the Asian ones I don't mind, but I find that they almost have their own sort of odd, cinnamony acidity. Which is not my general thing. I like the smoother, more chocolatey, berry qualities of the African coffees, and I like generally a medium to a dark roast. Country Cross Stitcher asks, if you could have one season year-round, which would you choose? Fall. Hands down, fall. The colors, the weather, Halloween. All I really care about. I'm a spooky bitch. However, she then follows that up with, is that your favorite season when it comes to cross-stitch projects that pertain to seasons? The answer is no. I actually, while I do like fall, if I'm going to do fall, I generally err towards doing a Halloween thing. I really do like spring for the colors. I like the fall colors a lot. They're probably, my favorite, but I also really like pastels. So I'm like a perky, spoopy bitch. But I really like, really the only season I'm not wild about is summer. And that's because summer in Texas is kind of the worst. Yeah. But I do love autumn. Sandy Binns asks, who is the cross-stitch, who is the Chinese zodiac cross-stitch pattern by? That is the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Which would definitely keep them in your thoughts, and really everyone on the West Coast with all this insanity that's going on. Yay. And all over a darn gender reveal party. So many thoughts and feelings. Hello Too asks, is Kreinik considered a blending filament, or can it be used by itself? Kreinik is a brand name. They make a blending filament that you can use with other things. They also make them in different braid types that are meant to be used by themselves. So, Kreinik is the brand. Blending filament is a type. Christy Jean asks, what size needle do you use for Krynic thread? I use, it depends. I largely stick to my 28s. However, on their high luster, the holographic ones they're more likely to unravel on you. For those, I will generally use a 26. It just is a little easier to thread. Lynch Helton asks, could you show all your finished projects? The answer is no. A big chunk of them are at Fire Poppies. The others are sort of sprinkled in throughout and in random places. So that's unfortunately not something I can easily do. Anne Musso asks about the Autumn Lane Stitchery, Sal. Autumn Lane Stitchery is the company, is the designer name. They are on Etsy. And I want to say it's Dark Queen of the Seas is what the pattern is called. So that's what I believe it's called. The fabric, it's partnered with Under the Sea Fabrics, so the fabric and bead pack are available through her. And I still need to order the bead pack, but I was kind of waiting until we knew what was going on with the move. But so Autumn Lane Stitchery is the designer. I believe it's a husband and wife team, and I believe he does the actual art itself, and then she converts it into a pattern, but don't quote me on that. I haven't done my research. And I like to just talk out my butt on things. Why? Because that's what I do. Lisa O asks, when you subscribe to digital cross-stitch magazines, are you able to print out the charts? Are you digitally able to mark off the charts for the areas you've already stitched? Zenio, I don't believe, allows you to print. Now, what you, I believe, could do is probably take a screen capture and then print that. You would probably also be able to upload that into any of your other softwares that let you digitally mark things, but I don't really do that myself, so I'm not really the best person to ask for that, because it's not something I do. I will, if it's a digital pattern, unless it's an incredibly intense digital pattern, I generally just work it off the PDF. All right, and that is the Q&A. All right, so this week, let's see, I just finished up, as in like 20 minutes ago, haven't even posted this to Instagram yet, because I stopped and ate dinner first. Finished up the part 5 of Chinese Zodiac by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. This is on Alba White Truffle from Fortnite Fabrics. So we've got a horsey, a ram, and a monkey. And I gave the monkey a belly button because I thought that was super cute. So the next part comes out on Tuesday. And we will have... we will then be 3/4 of the way through after I'm done with that. So, alright. I worked on Monday, because Monday was Labor Day. I worked on Autumn Lane, I worked on the Dark Queen, and I got the second fishy done. And that is what I'll be working on starting tomorrow, is the third fishy. So 1 fishy and 2 fishy. Very exciting. And it's on Hurricane from Under the Sea Fabrics. Alright, take that up to the living room with me. I worked on Black Cat Hollow. Didn't get as much as I would have liked done on it, but that's okay. I did at least get the ground, so you can clearly see the 1606 now, and I got the kitty, and I got another pumpkin done. So I didn't get as much as I would have liked, but I got a fair amount done. And once again, I switched to 1606, because that's the attributed first performance of the Scottish play, and since Double Double Toil and Trouble is quoted in this, I thought that was appropriate, and much more appropriate than the year that 19 people were massacred for no good reason. All right. And then finally, this is going to be a shorter video this week, y'all. Finally, I worked at work on the Satsuma Street Alice. I was working on the border. So I got up to the top. So we got one length done, and we got the white done in it. So when I work on this next, I'll be working on the red down it. And then we'll move along on over. So... this is on Elphaba from Under the Sea Fabrics. So, that's been my lunchtime project. Right. So, that's kind of it for me. I'm going to work on Autumn Lane this week. Still to come, Dorothy's Discovery needs to be worked on, Fairy Tale Favorites will need to be worked on, Mary Inglebright will need to be worked on, and I think Atlantis still is in the rotation. So we'll be spinning the wheel to see. I hope everyone has a great week. I will see you all next week, theoretically. But if not, don't get too worried, don't freak out, I will be back. It's just, there's a lot going on right now. So, anyhow, I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see y'all next time.